And welcome back. Chad Holmes with you, along with Ian Welsh. It's Mornings with Pat Kreitlow on 98.9 WXCO, online at WXCO.FM, mobile devices and Alexa by searching WXCO, and on the Civic Media app. It's a very pleasant start here this morning. The rain has not arrived yet. Nope. Expecting some rain to start moving in pretty soon, maybe later today, but right now very pleasant. 61 degrees at our studios at the corner of Washington Street and North 3rd Street in downtown Wausau. In the first hour of the program, we had Nancy Stencil in, the chairperson of the Marathon County Democratic Party. One of the items that we discussed is this Saturday's No Kings Rally, hosted by North Central Wisconsin Indivisible. I want to underline that here for a few moments, give you all the details in a few minutes, but there was an article in the New York Times that kind of hit it. Michelle Goldberg wrote this article at New York Times. You can see it at newyorktimes.com. One of the statements kind of crystallized it. Quote, "If you saw all this in any other country, soldiers sent to crush dissent, union leaders arrested, opposition politicians threatened, it would be clear that autocracy has arrived. The question now is whether Americans who hate tyranny can be roused to respond." End quote. And I think that hits it on the head. Will Americans be roused to respond? Because what we're seeing over the last nearly 5 months is Donald Trump probing, like a general in a war, probing to see how far he can go before the pushback gets to be too much. And while there has been pushback, sometimes within the halls of Congress, sometimes within the towns and cities and states of this country, there hasn't been enough. And he's continuing along this pathway to see how far he can go. And this weekend, it's going to be another step. In fact, this week has been another step. I'm not sure whether or not the term tipping point is the right term at this point, but it feels as though, at least to me, it feels as though we're getting closer and closer to a tipping point. You have Marines being put onto the streets of one of the biggest cities in this country. You have a Secretary of Defense saying that basically that American service members are going to be authorized to bring arms up against American citizens. You have journalists being targeted for just covering this event in Southern California. And that's just up to this point this week. This weekend, you have a massive military parade on the birthday of the President of the United States. Something that we laughed at. We felt disgusted by when leaders of Russia and China and other totalitarian countries would have similar type of events on the birthdays of their leaders. That could never happen here. Well, this Saturday it's happening. A massive military parade marching in front of the President of the United States on his birthday. I feel as though this Saturday's No Kings Rally that will be held here in central Wisconsin and throughout the country is a point where people need to rise up and say, that's as far as the probing goes, Mr. President. That's far enough. It's time to push back. And the No Kings Rally, hosted by North Central Wisconsin Indivisible this Saturday, June the 14th, Flag Day, Donald Trump's birthday. Rib Mountain Drive on the sidewalk between Parrott Lane and Starling Lane, 12 noon until 2 p.m. I'm going to it because I think this is vital. I think it's time that we all get together and say, enough is enough. I hope that many of you feel the same, that you could take some time on your Saturday to say, enough is enough. Mr. President, it's your birthday. Celebrate it with your family. Don't celebrate it with a military parade and trying to push fascism deeper down the throats of the American people.
Yeah.
And this is a nonviolent, as much as Donald Trump, I think, wants to have blood flow in the streets. As much as Chris Conley wants Donald Trump to have blood flowing through the streets, this is a nonviolent action. Nonviolent, saying we have principles in this country that we believe in. It's time for many, 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 many people to come out and say, enough, Mr. President, enough. All right, let's wrap it up with our number for the day quiz, as Ian is 1 for 3, so he's right where he needs to be. 33% means that one more correct, either today or tomorrow, is a passing grade. If he gets both correct, would have a winning week. And today's topic is
the Baseball Hall of Fame.
The Baseball Hall of Fame. And I like to use it as part of this day in history as well, because on this date, June the 12th, the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum was dedicated in Cooperstown, New York. The number for the day is, what year was the National Baseball Hall of Fame and Museum dedicated in Cooperstown, New York?
Okay.
Was it 1929, 1939, 1949?
National Baseball Museum. You know what, I'm going to say 1939. I'm going to say 39 is my final answer.
Going with the middle number today.
Yep.
Well,
1939.
On June the 12th of 1939, the National Baseball Hall of Fame was dedicated.
Thank goodness for that.
2 out of 4, 2 in a row.
Passing week.
Passing
That's what I
week.
like.
Going for a winning week tomorrow.
Absolutely.
Enjoy the rest of your Thursday.
You too, Chad. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Matt and Air on Air is coming up next here on 98.9 WXCO.
In my life.